Welcome back to the channel. This actually doesn't have hardly anything to do with the Webby. Condition is what we're gonna watch. Just dropped, and but when I saw the title, I was just like, the condition of my condition, and I was like, this weird, incredibly interesting dream sequence in a film that was made on planet Earth. But I don't believe this probably have anything to do with it. But that's what I thought. So I thought I'd share that with you if you happen to stumble across, hey, the reactions ran some rabbit holes with Rollen Green Channel doing some Webby. Webby, liked something over on X. I was like, ooh. And then I freaked out and thought it was something different. And you know what? Webby's actually dropped some love on the channel. I just think he's pretty awesome. And then I cut my honey short because she was trying to say something, and I interrupted her the other day. And turns out that we do have a little more in common than I thought. Levels, obviously, but yeah, you know, upper middle income background. I don't know where he actually got his background, but I didn't realize it actually did the time. Webby? I don't know. This probably ain't the place for that. Damn it. See, I always do that. Fuck it up for any mainstream. Yes, you know me. Hey, thanks. Welcome back to the channel. Zero mainstream approach here. But a whole lot of fucking artist appreciation, obviously, over here just, just simping on a motherfucker. I'm just kidding. Chris Webby, condition. Let's go get some. Let's get into a condition. Maybe I subliminally saw that in maybe it was in the thumbnail or something. Because I'm going to get you, sucker, is some funny ass shit. And that is the first time I ever saw. Of course, they were dead. They were alive in the flashback, dead when he got out of, real dead when he ran. Holy shit. That is a styling set of shoes right there. If you got the fish tank shoes, man, you pimping.
Yeah. Back in 7th grade, they put me on amphetamines. Graduated to coke when I was 17. Can't remember a time in life I was ever clean. Suitcase full of more pills than you ever seen.
All right, we'll go back and then I'll try to shut the fuck up. But I was just talking about Pfizer helping you adjust your attitude so you can keep random thoughts to yourself so you can make more money being a reaction channel that's mainstream approachable. But I never actually went in for that. I mean, my folks just made me do chores. And then now I'm good with that. But I actually feel that there's a huge difference. Is when I was diagnosed with all the allergies, and they said we're moving out to the woods to the doctors, and the doctor says it'll get them, and they're like, we're still moving, and then it ended up fixing me. Like, I was like allergic to everything when I lived in the city. Move out to the country where all the more mold, spores, and funguses really actually are. And man, went away. A little labor. This is weird. This is cool. Okay. Chris Webby, condition. I don't know, but it starts out with ode to being medicated at a way too young age. I'm sorry to hear that. It's not fair.
Yeah. Back in 7th grade, they put me on amphetamines. Graduated to coke when I was 17. Can't remember a time in life I was ever clean. Suitcase full of more pills than you ever seen. Then I slow it down with the brown to the ketamine. Rolling up a raw with the raw thoughts evergreen. Jack of all trades, when I play, I get a queen. And she doing lines on my dick in the mezzanine. Katniss Everdeen, rep my district. Back in the day, every day I lived this. Took the fuck up drug.
I knew he was pimping.
Thoughts evergreen, jack of all trades. When I play, I get a queen. And she doing lines on my dick in the mezzanine. Katniss Everdeen, rep my district. Back in the day, every day I lived this. Took the fuck up, drugged up, young misfit. And I'm not implying that I ain't still getting lit shit. Just last night, I was deep in the Sid trip. Opened up my safe and it looked like Christmas. 100 proof, feel like Zeus on Olympus. Cover root, got me real loose and I pivot. Take a little bump in the bathroom stall. Next thing, me and the homies went through a ball. So I gotta hit my guy with the 1 a.m. call.
Yeah, holy shit. Okay, never mind. Andrew's right, and the universe slapped me in the fucking face in his own lyrical content. Because, I mean, as you know, I'm not worthy to be anybody's sponsor, and he's not at that spot yet, but he's definitely at the fucking owning it spot. And then if you could turn it into some funky-ass fucking cool rap beats and psychedelic-looking fucking retro video, all the better. But, I'm still there. That's why I think it's okay to speak. Because obviously, chain smoked the fucking, non-stop marijuana moderation rehabilitation program. And I just... But I had that time. I tried that before I could reference actual free of consequences. Because the consequences could be just, destroying your fucking sinus cavity and shaking that off so you can get one in the morning, right? So I don't personally dwell in other people's consequences playground. It's for them to identify and label. But understanding that cross addiction and then doing, so there's that little bit. Here's the thing. I don't believe weed is a gateway drug. I believe doing a little of anything is the gateway drug if you're so inclined to not stop until the wheels fucking come off. Now you got enough people around you that love you, they probably drag you out of it. I don't know where Webby is with all that. And I wouldn't use my time. I think that's his personal journey, but because I went through this personal journey, fuck that. I been referenced this shit since the channel started, so I mean, what are you gonna do? Oh shit, I did tell Ange when I realized I was wrong, and I owned it, and I apologized to her, and I let her know, oh shit, Webby, we are a little closer to having walked a similar path. I just didn't recover very well, and he's recovered very well. But it was being like, if some war stories, that edge, inappropriate, if you're really trying to kick things, you should stay away from all that. But yeah, I guess Webby'd probably be the one where I'd be willing to compare MOs.
And the homies went through a ball, so I gotta hit my guy with the 1 a.m. call. And the worst come to worst, like a Zanny's in the car.
So yeah, so that I thought I could just, as long as I didn't cook it up, I thought I could get a ball. And, turns out that a certain group of ladies really, cocaine can open a lot of doors. Of course I know something about it. I wouldn't be saying it. But my point is I thought that was, right? Pre-Ange, and I mean no disrespect to my honey bunny, but the problem was that I never ended up cooking up the blow, so I never ended up going back to the consequences of drugs. But then I ended up meeting incredibly destructive women who, I fell for and spent a whole lot of time being self-destructive. The consequences was a blowback from thinking I could get a ball and have fun. I was wrong. That, you could find a way to get back to just smoking weed again. And I ended up having to stop going to the clubs. Fuck this guy up. I perform very poorly in public.
up in the bathroom stall. Next thing, me and the homies went through a ball. So I gotta hit my guy with the 1 a.m. call. And if worse come to worse, I got Zannies in the car. Try to chill back out, try to keep my mind in check with a psilocybin. I'm riding, kicks in with a big grin and my eyes been time again. They know I've been lost in the tide. Try to see them waves, no VMA, just good weed, MDMA, and cocaine coming straight from the CIA. And if they say take a taste, indeed I may. Indeed I am a man with some props. One hand full of drugs, other hand watch. Keep it low key, cause I know God watch. Shit, at least he ain't no cop. Webby. I woke up this morning to some powder in a lime. Crush that molly with some mushroom dust and fuck it, put it all in my wine.
Ooh, I like this look.
Yeah, I tripped on a tab until I lost my mind. I told my doctor, swear to God I'm fine. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition is in.
Oh, fuck me. Not really. That's gross. Shut up. Shut up. I'll be damned. I adore you, Webby. You the shit. Is that your old man again? That's your old man, right? I mean, no disrespect by saying it that way. If I got my ticket, we got our rooms. I'm taking my dad down to Florida again. So, I mean, I'm getting ready to spend a week. I'll get to spend a week just with my dad, and I don't bite my tongue. So, you know what I mean? I've talked about this the last 4 times I did it. It's a hell of a journey because we don't make cool psychedelic videos together. We do chores and complain. This looks like a lot more fun, and man, I didn't.
Yeah, I tripped on a tab until I lost
I fucking love it.
I told my doctor, swear to God I'm fine. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition is in.
Oh, I don't care. Just in case Webby stops by, because man, especially if you made it to 11 minutes and I've been yapping like a fucking idiot. I swear, man, I did not. You showed up on enough of them. I don't actually, right? That is what I thought of, because, you know, fuck that. It's a Big Lebowski. And it's a hell of a tune, right? But I mean, this is some trippy ass. Yeah, shit, man. I didn't, I don't ever have to, pretend that Webby don't make my fucking day, because he does.
Light up a J, roll it and fire away. No matter the time of the day, when I wanna feel special, I line up the K till I'm slurring the words that I'm trying to say. I'm just high, it's okay, cause this is the primary way that I've learned to live most of my life, so I stay on those pills and that powder, that fungus and flour of only the highest of grades. I inspect my drugs, double check my drugs, only buy in bulk when I get my drugs. Yeah, I got the kind of plugs that'll test my drugs. What I'm trying to say is I respect my drugs. Yeah, you don't gotta worry about me, shit, I'm chemically altered vision.
Oh, that's why I've said everything I said, and all opinions have always been for, oh, wow, perfect. Yeah, because I ramble like an idiot, so I mean, who the fuck would script it this way anyways, right? But, yeah, that's why I was saying. Damn, I would talk war stories. I would. I ripped off a fucking whole side of a sheet of acid once. And just some double dip window pane that made me see shit I've never forgot. And good acid, the late 80s, straight from, well, they were some of Jerry's kids. I mean, they were definitely friends of Jerry. And now I would do mushrooms. For years, I couldn't find no good acid. Now, and this is not an endorsement. I am not endorsing any sort of anything for anything at all. We're reflecting on the past, which was the title of the Chester P reaction we just got done doing. Check that one out if you want to. It's full of a lot of interesting comments, just definitely not as cool, trippy, and fun. Really no mushroom-based thoughts in that one. Man. So yeah, I don't disrespect his choices, and I hope it all works out for him, and I respect turning it into cool art. Because the cornerstone of any sort of, I would personally think, successful career would be doing what makes you feel good, being honest. Because, you know what I mean? At a certain point, the more you bullshit, the more you lie, the more you say, it's not this way, it's that way. Well, they'll worship that way, but then they'll find out it's this way. How about don't allow them to worship, allow them to earn equal amounts of respect and admiration for the content you create. I'm being generic, of course, the music you make. And then leave the rest to, you harm none, do what you will.
What I'm trying to say is I respect my drugs. You don't gotta worry about me, shit, I'm chemically altered, vision blurred, but that's just how I see. Yeah, I'm tripping like a hippie back in 73. The only DMs that I check ends in a T. Blast off where I'm born to go. Weigh it out up on the scales of my horoscope. Last thing that I remember, I'll score and blow. Then what? Then I woke up licking a sonoran toe. Yeah, feeling that itch when I sniff.
Damn it! I wanted to just keep going, but you see, now that's why I can't. As much as I would love to talk to Webby sometime. Here, okay, I'm playing. But honestly, the joke I was gonna say, is if I ever met Webby, then I guess I would make the behind the doors deal for the Toad. Because we were just watching some X-Files, and it was literally, so this is old too, long before Joe Rogan was going on DMC and DMT elves. X-Files had basically a rip-off of some other stories, which I'm guessing ripped off either some scripts in the word, but whatever, ayahuasca and, channeling the jaguar spirit. And it was cool because that was really just distraction for a bunch of feral fucking cats tearing people up. But because they had a different name for it, an Ange, because we don't like to dick around. So I kept telling Ange, I'm telling you, honey, this is ayahuasca or whatever the fuck, right? Yeah, that and the Toad tripping. I think you're in the same, the blowfish poison turning you into you're in the same ballpark there. You South American hardcore tripping now. All I know is you're fucking with some shamanistic shit. But she's, I don't know. They called it this, that. And she wasn't being mean, but I shouldn't do impressions because I love my honey. But she looked it up, and it was ayahuasca. And, and I was like, God, gee, was this making the elitist scene in the background at the time? So this is the writers, because I like reading trivia and shit, and it turns out one of the writers, they didn't rewrite his script. So I think every time they were telling you that the government was going to blow up a bunch of buildings, because they said that, right, the lone gunman? Like when they were telling you the truth, they were telling you some truth. It was crazy. And then go back and lick a toad and watch that shit, and I mean, you are fucking there.
Last thing that I remember, I'll score and blow. Then what? Then I woke up licking a sonoran toe. Yeah, feeling that itch when I sniff. Back of my nasal. Cactus and Gayo way out in San Pedro. It cost me some pesos, but I got that queso. I roll up that Zaza, now I'm feeling bueno. Small pills to the big pills. I got pain pills, I got dick pills. Varieties of any anti-anxiety. Got me as high as the eye can see. Kids, I am not who you ever should try to be. Mom shouldn't have let you listen to my CD. But I do drugs and I rap about them too. Sorry, that's why my shit's labeled parental advisory.
See, I fucking respect that too, because I was just having a debate about the moral lines in video game violence. But here's the problem. If your problem is your kid's doing that, fuck, why? Why are they? If he says, if you don't want them to hear it, and hopefully, as an independent artist, he chooses that, which, because the PMRC, the whole music labeling's another whole fiasco, because honestly here, what does it do? Oh my God, it's full of curse language. I love it. Get this for me, Mom. And then the ignorant mom doesn't read it. I sold for Best Buy. I talk about it all the time. I kept questioning. I'm like, I said the 8-year-old just picked out that, beat hookers on the corner with a baseball bat knockoff game. Mature only. What? Why are you what's it labeled for if you're going to just sell it to them all? And it's not that I don't think you should. That's your fucking choice. But at a certain point, you don't get your cake and eat everybody else's too. You either have to shelter the youth from some ideas you don't want them infecting their mind, or accept that they're going to be rapping, yo, I scored some blow and licked a toad. Fuck yeah, drop a beat, Webby. And you're going to have to deal with that. Those are the ramifications and consequences of your, 8-year-old thumping condition. So probably, make the right choice. Listen to the artist. He gave you a forewarning. Use it.
Why my shit's labeled parental advisor. I woke up this morning to some powder in a line.
Thank you, Webby.
Crush that molly with some mushroom dust and fuck it, put it all in my wine.
I don't drink wine, no.
Gonna tab until I lost my mind.
Drop it in the cider, maybe. If I was gonna pound them, I drink cider. Tends to, puts me on the edge of the diabetes, but I don't have to worry about the gluten.
Yeah, I tripped on a tab until I lost my mind. I told my doctor, swear to God I'm fine. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
So yeah, I guess I'd want to have a non-program back and forth about. I'd like to read his face as we talked about the things. I like talking about tripping with people who've tripped and experiences obtained while tripping. Because 80% of them is some weird paranoia, right? So I'm not going to... but I got a handful of experiences. All right, because this was Webby going off on his fucking hardcore side, but in a fun way. When I was really bent. Because this is why I talk this way. So I think I was up for 3 days. Now... when you're up for like 2 days, you feel like you've lived 4 fucking days. So I could be embellishing. But the speed was as good. This was early, so it was called crank. The meth epidemic had not hit yet. I'm an old man. But they were mixing high, so I got this through a boss, high grade amphetamines with cocaine, and they're calling it crank, and he just burned like a motherfucker. But because he got the shoes with the fucking fish, I'll share the one freebie. So I'm already spoiling the best story, but you've seen the Hawaiian shirts I wear, haven't you? Okay. I was sitting in this room, and okay, we're going 2-3 days, but I didn't eat when I did speed. So it was bad. I was one of those people that had to tell to eat. But I didn't lose weight, so then I didn't have to eat. And I'd just drink water or fucking booze, but I couldn't get drunk. But, chemicologically, I was fucked. And I couldn't talk. I thought I was carrying on conversations with everybody that came around. But I'm told that I was mumbling to myself for the whole evening. What I remember is looking in the fish tank and telling someone that the fish were going to show up. And next thing I know, I see this fucking 1.5-foot butterfly. I see fish. I see all this shit. It feels like this visualization goes on for a long time. Now, in reality, the next morning, because I'm not some, candy striper who just dropped for the first time, I look and here's one of my Hawaiian shirts hanging on the fucking side of the fish tank, and I'm like, there it is, right? The crazy pattern there gets me the butterfly and probably the fish. And it was sleep deprivation, not just chemical, not just the edge of ODing. I don't think I was, but I mean, I'll tell you this. For the right person, they try to emulate a hardcore partier's style, and it kills them. And then other people just keep going till the wheels fall off because the machine runs on fucking adrenaline and dope. Who fucking knew? It's got a side compartment to keep the fucking hallucinogen levels up. Now, I am not endorsing anything, as was said by the artist, and I've said on the whole time, this is a war story stuff that's destructive to someone who's trying to get their shit together. But if you solid enough and you know who you are, you can admit and own it and, be a functioning addict. Be a functioning addict. You know? I don't know. No condemnation, no judgment, just fucking kick-ass music. Chris Webby, the condition of his condition. Fucking nailed it. That's awesome.